On the News Hour tonight, the first worthy we have from the political class is Neeraj Kumar Jha. He is an aspirant MLA from the Congress. And we just lost the line there with him, but he's the person who organized those dancers at the Congress party event. Also with us is Randeep Singh Surjewala. He's Industry and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Congress leader from Haryana, where that fight happened. Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party. Sambit Patra represents the BJP. Shazia Ilmi represents the Aam Aadmi Party. Advocate Rahul Mehra is also joined by T.R. Raghunandan, advisor of the Accountability Initiative of the Centre for Policy Research, and Y.P. Singh, advocate and activist. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Randeep Singh Surjewala, you know, this shameful incident in which the Congress and BJP corporators and leaders came to blows. How many people have you sacked since then?
Arnab, first of all, let me begin by saying that all such incidents are reprehensible. They are condemnable, and they are very antithesis to the sole idea of democracy. Having said that, I tried to verify facts during the day. Mayor here is a 52-year-old lady called Shrimati Satyavati, and the deputy mayor, senior deputy mayor, is from BJP, Mr. Pawan. 11:30.
No, 1 second. First of all, are you trying to justify it? No, are you trying to, I know the sequence of events. We put it out in our story.
All I'm saying
No, are you trying to justify it? Are you trying to build a justification for it, Randeep?
I'm not building a justification. You have to know the facts.
I know the facts. We've reported the facts.
That is very important for you.
No, we have reported the facts, and you
have reported the facts. We have shown visuals. I have also seen those visuals.
Yes.
Having said that, here was a 52-year-old lady mayor whose chair was snatched away and who was attacked by a senior deputy mayor, and consequently a fight ensued.
No, 1 second. So you are one second, Randeep. No, sir, Randeep, 1 second. Don't. First of all, you know, these standard homilies that politicians have been giving for a long time, the matter is under investigation. Randeep, I would like to very humbly tell you, the people of India have seen through all of this. We've seen through. We are not going to accept that. The matter is under investigation. We will form a committee. There is a due process of the law. You can't force us into it. Is this a media trial? You know, those kind of questions I anticipate. I think I reject it, Randeep, politely. I am asking you, have you sacked any people? Have you sacked any people? Do you feel the need to apologize? You know, Rahul Gandhi, your party leader, I'm told has a five-page application form you have to put in now. If you want to, you know, represent the Congress party. I'm asking you, how many people out there have you sacked today? Otherwise, what Rahul Gandhi is putting out in that application form means nothing. Yes.
Arnab, let's not put words in my mouth. I'm telling you pointedly, here is a lady mayor of the Congress party.
So somebody sat on her chair, I understand. Somebody sat on her chair, so big deal. You can't go out and fight. Somebody sat on her chair. So what do you want to do? You want to carry out a physical fight like that? You know, like a bunch of villains sitting there, like a B-grade Bollywood movie is going on out there. Free for all, women are being beaten up. Look at the way people are being thrashed there. I mean, Randeep, do you even feel responsible for what has happened?
That is the exact point that I'm making, Arnab. Are we going to beat up women elected representatives in this fashion? Does she have a right to preside over a meeting? For God's sake, she's the first citizen.
No, but I am asking you about the Congress workers who were involved in that.
Okay, are we going to beat them up?
I am asking you about the Congress workers who were involved in that. Let's get Sambit Pal, let's get the other side. Now, you are saying that a Congress mayor, somebody went and sat on her chair, and that's why that is the reason for all this fight which happened. Sambit, may I have your response,
please? That is not all. In this case, she has been assaulted. In this case, the mayor has been assaulted. I've spoken to her. The lady is completely shaken. They have beaten her up, and consequently a fight has ensued between two factions. And I said right in the beginning, irrespective of who committed the violence is reprehensible. But this is a clear-cut police case. Police has registered an FIR.
Well, I think
based on the complaint of the mayor and her co-corporators, we can't assault women mayors in this fashion. We can't evict them from their chairs. For God's sake, we can't.
No, the lady who gets beaten up there, 1 second. The lady who gets beaten up in those pictures, you can see a lady being beaten up, being thrashed in the middle of those pictures. You've seen them. Our viewers are seeing it now. Who is she? Which party is she from?
I have also.
Which party is she from?
I have also seen the visual.
Is she a woman BJP worker?
In this case,
is she a woman BJP worker? Are Congress leaders beating her up?
Please try to understand.
No, are Congress workers beating her up? Why take your point that are Congress workers beating up a woman out there? I mean, your party president is a woman.
Please understand that if my party president is woman, does the people from
your political workers, your party's political workers are beating up a woman? I have the pictures. You don't feel strongly about it?
Anybody is being beaten up.
You look at this in a partisan manner.
I've seen the visual. My superintendent of police has seen the visual, Arnab. We have to.
So how many people have you sacked?
You can't convince people in 5 minutes.
Surely. So I don't know what evidence you're looking for. As far as I'm concerned, Randeep, that's evidence enough. You can have a.
We've taken those visuals from the friends in the media.
Randeep.
And action has already been initiated.
No, I'm very sorry. Actions are never initiated.
Can I come in?
Okay, let's get Sambit Palit, but don't make this some partisan affair, because I think you're also responsible. You're one party to this fight, Sambit. You're not, sitting in some ivory tower out there, but you can respond. I'll give the BJP its turn. Your turn to respond. Sambit.
Arnab, I would not begin by saying that this is deplorable and audacious, because I know this is a very evident reply that anyone would say. And you would say that I'm beginning with a rhetoric. But I would say, by what once Ravi Shankar Prasad told me, Ravi Shankar ji once told me, Sambit, never try to defend the indefensible. And I believe today the people who have behaved like hooligans, be they be from Congress or be they be from BJP, they are indefensible. And as a spokesperson of a national political party, I should not try to defend them from whichever party they may belong to. Now, a few very important facts. What I see from the visuals that are being flashed across all the channels, and particularly in Times Now, I gather the woman representative who is being thrashed, who is in the middle of the whole show, is none other than one of the BJP councillors. And she was thrashed because she was trying to resolve the issue. I congratulate her, because what I have heard of her interview, she was trying to protect an Indian citizen, just a citizen who is not member of any political party, who had come to the office of the corporator's office to get some work done. So I believe if the ire has fallen, it has fallen on this lady from BJP, and she deserves congratulations because she was trying to resolve. As far as the other hooligans are concerned, I would not even call them corporators. They are hooligans. As far as the other hooligans are concerned, you are absolutely right, Arnab. Party should take stringent action against these people, because they are watched all across, not only in this country, but beyond the boundaries of this country. And then the message
I'm sorry to say this, both sides, Sandhi, I'm really sorry. I'm very sorry. What problem with both the Congress and the BJP is simply this. When an incident happens, Randeep, and Sambit, don't get me wrong. You know what is happening right now, Randeep and Sandeep? Both of you are aware that the pictures are being telecast on Times Now and you're being embarrassed. As in your parties are. So you are doing some quick damage control. I can assure you, going by your track record, Randeep, you will take no action. You will take no action. You will come on Newshour tonight and say that it's very bad, we'll form a committee. You will take no action. Because even those people who came to blows on Independence Day, let's show those pictures out here. There were Congress and BJP leader in Mussoorie, I don't know if you've seen those pictures, who came to blows over who's going to hoist the national flag on Independence Day. There are the pictures, Randeep. What action did you take against these two worthies? These two rowdies who fought over who's going to hoist the national flag. Your party took no action. Even someone who disrespects the national flag today, as long as he's a neta, Randeep, as long as he's a neta, he can get away with it.
Arnab, can I say one thing?
Go ahead, Randeep.
I've seen those visuals, reprehensible as they are. A short point that I wanted to make was that people who are committing such acts in public life, whether they belong to X party or Y party, is immaterial, have to be held accountable. In this case, since you brought a specific case in question, we registered an FIR at the instance of both the parties. To say that in one day you can convict somebody perhaps you would have to.
I'm very sorry.
State government.
Randeep,
it's too much.
Randeep, I don't know why. I don't know why. No, I don't know why. No, I don't know why. I contest your basic logic, Randeep. No, I contest your basic logic. No, I contest your logic. No, Randeep, I'll tell you, I contest your logic, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. For far too long, politicians have always said, do you think the government works like you want it to work? You don't know how the government works. We know how the government works. And it may take 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 10 years. But this is the way the government works. And I know what politicians want. I tell you, Randeep, what those politicians in Yamunanagar want. They want this story to be off the media attention. And then they will quietly come and tell top Congress leaders and BJP leaders that please, forget it. The media is not focusing on it. Let's quickly move on. Let's get Shazia Ilmi a third perspective tonight. Shazia, there was also another worthy, and the other worthy is with us. His name is Neeraj Kumar Jha. Neeraj Kumar Jha is aspiring for a Congress party ticket in the forthcoming Delhi Assembly elections. Neeraj ji, aap hamare saath hai. And Shazia, you're also there with us. You're with the Aam Aadmi Party. I'll play the pictures and then I'll tell you what Neeraj Kumar Jha did. Neeraj ji, आपने ऐसा किया कि आपने तो इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स को और एक गंदी लेवल पे ले गए. आपने इन औरतों को बुलाया, इन फीमेल डांसर्स को बुलाया, फिर उन पे आपने पैसा फिकवाया. ये सब आपके सामने हो रहा था. तो ज़रा हम सारे जितने दर्शक हैं उनको बताइए कि ये किस तरह की पॉलिटिक्स आप करते हैं आजकल.
मैं सबसे पहले ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि मैं पूर्वांचल से जुड़ा हुआ आदमी हूँ. मैं बिहार का रहने वाला आदमी हूँ और सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम
हमारे संस्कृति क्या है?
मैथिली में एक पार्ट है.
ये संस्कृति क्या है?
मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ. कल से मैंने आज सुबह से मैं चैनल पर देखते देखते बिल्कुल ये हो चुका हूँ. आखिर मैंने ऐसा कौन सा काम किया है, कौन ऐसा पार्ट सा दिखाया है जिसमें उसको मीडिया में दिखाया जाता है कि महिला के साथ यह किया हुआ. क्या उसमें क्या ऐसा है?
ठीक है, मुझे भी दिखा देना. आप अगर इसको आप देखिए, ऐसा है. मैं शाजिया इल्मी को, शाजिया इल्मी आम आदमी पार्टी से एक मिनट मुझे आजकल ये संस्कृति समझ में नहीं आती है. ये अगर संस्कृति है और ये पैसा फिकवा के इधर लोगों को, नहीं एक मिनट प्लीज, एक मिनट. नीरज जी देखिए, ये आप भी इस देश के हैं, मैं भी इस देश का हूँ. संस्कृति थोड़ा हमें भी पता है संस्कृति क्या है. ये अगर आपकी राजनीतिक संस्कृति है तो आपको शर्म आना चाहिए आपके संस्कृति पर. लेट मी गेट शाजिया जी कुछ कहना चाहती है आपसे. गो अहेड शाजिया.
मेरी बात तो पहले सुन लीजिए आप.
मुझे बहुत अफसोस हो रहा है नीरज जी कि आपको जरा सा भी अंदाजा नहीं है. आपको जरा सा भी अंदाजा नहीं है, ना ही संस्कारों का, ना ही संस्कृति का और ना ही सम्मान का जो आपको नारी के प्रति दिखाना चाहिए. बहुत ही अफसोस की बात है कि आपको जरा सा भी इस बात का ज्ञान नहीं है कि आप अपमानित कर रहे हैं एक महिला को. आप पैसा फेंक रहे हैं, आप नाच रहे हैं, नचा रहे हैं उन महिलाओं को पैसे के लिए. हम लोग इतनी बात करते हैं नारी के सम्मान की, हम इतनी बात करते हैं कि औरत को वैल्यू करना चाहिए और आप उसका उल्टा कर रहे हैं. और आप पब्लिक फोरम में ऐसा कर रहे हैं और आपको अंदाजा भी नहीं कितना गलत है ये. किस तरह का इंप्रेशन चाहता है? आप ऐसे महिलाओं के बारे में सोचते हैं?
मैडम
आप कैसे सोच सकते हैं ऐसे महिलाओं के बारे में?
मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए. आप पहले बात सुनिएगा तब ना. बात मेरी सुन नहीं रही.
कैसे सुने आपकी बात? आपके कर्मों ने सब बता दिया है. आपके कर्मों ने आपके बारे में, आपकी सोच के बारे में सब कुछ बता दिया है. कुछ बताने लायक नहीं रह गया.
नहीं, मेरी बात
कुछ समझने लायक नहीं रह गया है. औरतें नाचती है स्टेज पर, आप पैसा फेंकते हैं
और ये पॉलिटिकल रैली है.
मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए मैडम. मेरा चेहरा आपके सामने है और वो नाचने वालों पर पैसा देने वाला आदमी यदि मैं हूँ तो मुझे आप जो
नहीं तो आप ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं ना. ऑर्गेनाइज तो आप ही कर रहे हैं. देखिए इस पे कुछ इसमें व्यर्थ है. आपसे
जो काम मैंने पैसा डाला.
देखिए ऐसा है नीरज कुमार झा जी, नीरज कुमार झा जी,
आपने पैसा नहीं डाला होगा लेकिन आप उस पूरे प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा हैं. आप ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं.
आई एम टेलिंग यू, इट्स
आप देख रहे हैं होते हुए.
मैं ओके, संबित वांट्स टू कम इन. मैं सिर्फ देखिए नीरज जी एक मिनट. नीरज जी आपका पिक्चर फोटो अभी हम दिखा रहे हैं. आई एम शोइंग योर पिक्चर्स. आप रैली पे थे. आपको समझाना व्यर्थ है. अगर आपको लगता है ये संस्कृति है तो आप संस्कृति के डेफिनेशन को फिर से नहीं एक मिनट. आप ऑर्गेनाइज करें. आप क्या संस्कृति है? ये अपसंस्कृति है, काउंटर कल्चर. Sambit wants to say something to you. Then I'm opening the debate up. Yes, Sambit.
अब मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए सर जी.
क्या सुनना है आपकी?
Arnab, very importantly, Arnab, just very importantly, I object to what Neeraj ji said. Neeraj ji said that I belong to Purvanchal and this is the culture of Purvanchal. In fact, he should not malign the culture of Purvanchal at all. Purvanchal was the gateway of civilization to India. In fact, Purvanchal was the place where Chanakya and Buddha were born. Purvanchal is the place. The Mithila that he is talking about is the place where Goddess Sita was born. And so a person like Mr. Neeraj Jha should not talk about culture. This is not the culture of Purvanchal. Please, for God's sake, don't malign Purvanchal at least.
But well, I don't think it's worthy for us to spend more time with Neeraj Kumar Jha on this subject. नीरज कुमार झा जी, आपको और समझाना व्यर्थ है. आप थोड़ा आत्मचिंतन कीजिए. आप थोड़ा आत्मचिंतन कीजिए कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं. और मैं एक बात कहूंगा, जब तक आप अगर इस तरह की पॉलिटिक्स करेंगे, आप पॉलिटिक्स छोड़ दीजिए. आप पॉलिटिक्स छोड़ दीजिए. नहीं, ये व्यर्थ है. आपको समझाना व्यर्थ है. आप जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं. माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज टू वन सेकंड. YP सिंह इज हियर. टी.आर. रघुनंदन. एक मिनट, कोई समझने की बात नहीं. आपने जो किया है वो लोग देख रहे हैं. YP Singh, I want to go back to the pictures from Haryana, please. 1 minute. I want to go back to the bigger story, which is the pictures from Haryana. Rahul Mehra, I'm coming to you, and Mr. Raghunandan, I'm coming to you. Now, I want to play those pictures from Haryana once again, and I'm going to open up the phone lines. I am going to open up the phone lines. 1 minute, आपका volume कम कर रहा हूँ. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I take some reactions from our viewers. My question to you, YP Singh, is, you know, we've heard Randeep Singh Surjewala who says we'll form a committee. We can't expect justice in a day. This incident which has happened is probably, these pictures are not going to be restricted to our country. These pictures are going to be telecast all over the world. This rowdyism therefore becomes a global event. What advice do you give to Randeep Singh Surjewala on how he should deal with it? He's one of the 3 or 4 most important Congress politicians in Haryana.
It just reminds me of what Obama said yesterday on Syria, that we don't need to investigate, we need to confront. And this is exactly what he is not doing. How he has to confront this situation? FIR has been registered. These are all non-bailable sections. 332, hitting a public servant. 353, writing for 147, 149. Non-bailable sections, the first thing the cops have to do is to arrest these guys and stuff them in the lockup. Have they been stuffed up in the lockup? Not at all. There has to be a preventive action. The moment they come out on bail, they should be arrested under preventive sections and ensure that they don't come out of the law. This exemplary thing has to be done instantly. The law provides for you to do so, and yet you are refraining from doing that and coming out with rhetorical words. It's bad, it's condemnable, we have to take action, we'll form a committee. As Arnab said very, very rightly, that you will come out with strong rhetorics all the time, but the only thing which everybody in the country despairs is that you shall not translate into concrete action.
The problem with the Congress party in Haryana, Randeep Singh Surjewala, as I welcome Rahul Mehra and T.R. Raghunandan, your problem in Haryana is this, that you have become a law unto yourself. You virtually have begun thinking that you own the state of Haryana. I am not just Haryana, but Haryana certainly. I remember a particular case where one of your MLAs, I think his name is Ramnivas Ghorela, I don't know if I think he's a Congress MLA, you may know him. He assaulted a woman and her husband because they did not give way to his vehicle. An FIR was registered. Today you are telling me, and I want to go back to those pictures of what happened in that assembly where your Congress corporators behaved like members of the WWF. What action did you take against Ramnivas Ghorela? What action did you take against him after filing the FIR?
I think to paint I suppose it's completely unfair on your part to paint the state government in this fashion. In 8.5 years, not even a single incident of the nature that you are seeing in Yamunanagar has happened with any elected representative.
No, I disagree with you.
Or by
how many have got behind bars?
How many
you have put them in the lockup?
I'm seriously questioning to say that Mr. Ghorela did any such thing. Mr. Ghorela is a legislator, is a Congress legislator.
So he's a legislator,
no,
he's not above the law, so what if he's a legislator?
You're getting the person's name wrong. There is a legislator from Indian National Lok Dal where such an incident has happened in Sirsa. We have registered an FIR. He is already on bail. The court has granted him bail. I think you are mixing up the two legislators. Before you paint the Congress government with a single brush like this.
So my question to you is, I
respect what you are saying.
I am completely aware of what I am saying. A legislator in December 2012 and his security guard allegedly assaulted a woman and her husband as they did not give way to his vehicle, and I am reading from the news report, I know my facts. The MLA allegedly assaulted the woman while his guard thrashed her husband. The MLA was on his way from Karnal when his driver tried to overtake the victim's car. There was a long queue of vehicles and the couple had taken time to move out of the MLA's way. Infuriated at this, his driver first obstructed their vehicle, and Ghorela, flanked by his guard, started misbehaving with the woman sitting inside the car. They also abused other people who tried to intervene. There was a protest, an angry mob blocked traffic for hours and sought the police to arrest the MLA. I am asking you what action was taken in that case. You know the case? What action was taken in that case?
I'm telling you, at least these facts, as you were saying, the only incident that is within my notice is a INLD legislator, a Lokdal legislator of Sirsa, where we've taken action. The gentleman is on bail there, and necessary trial is proceeding now.
You see, no. So even in that case, no, that proves it. Even in that case, even in that case, what happens? You've proven yourself. Exactly. You see, Randeep, you have contradicted. One second. You see, what happens very clearly is, both in the case which I speak about and in the case which you mentioned, there is one thing in common, and this is what I fear. Let me get T.R. Raghunandan, let me get Rahul. This is what I fear. Mr. Rahul Mehra, this is what I fear, and why we are debating this today. Because the moment this goes out of the media attention, the moment that it does, Rahul, there will be no action on these cooperators, and these pictures will go into some archive somewhere. And the rest of the country and how we feel about it be damned. The politicians believe these are all momentary events, they want to move on. Rahul, can we let these things just move on? Can we move on from these incidents and pretend they never happened?
No.
Arnab, the answer obviously is a clear no, but obviously the political class knows it very well, the compulsions that something new will come up and this will get buried and it will lose media attention, and that's what they're looking for. And that's happened over and over again. So probably, the answer we all know, but we need to work around this answer and probably keep this in the limelight, keep this in the media attention, keep this in the people's mindset. Now, I want to actually draw your attention to the larger malaise, Arnab, as to why is this that you see, and your questions are very pertinent and your questions are very pointed, and the answers are obviously pretty much on the face. The larger issue is, if you see the discourse, the political discourse in our country today, what is it that happens when people like Suresh Kalmadis, Kani Mohis and others who are tainted? What do the political class do? They induct them back into the party. What does the political class do to Yediyurappas? They again get them into the political class. They forgive them. The political party.
Precisely.
What happens? Arnab, just two more, just give me a minute. What happens when there are mics and chairs and tables thrown in the legislative assemblies? There is impunity from the political class. What happens when the same political class across party lines, a kind of a match fixing happens, and they all, in case there are bills to raise their salaries, they are unanimously within no time passed. In case there is a food bill, it's passed. In case there is a nuclear bill, it's passed. In case there is something else, it's passed. But a Lokpal will not be passed. But a women reservation bill will not be passed. A sports bill will not be passed. So there is, if they want to pass something, it will.
Let's keep the focus. Let's keep the focus. Let's keep the focus. I understand your broader point. I understand your broader point. All I'm saying today.
There is a political discourse. There is a impunity today towards criminalization of politics.
The politician.
There is a Supreme Court judgment. There is a Supreme Court judgment which said that decriminalize these political parties.
I understand, but
keep them off
it's not rocket science.
But what happened? The entire political class unanimously wanted criminalization of politics. And this is the worst case.
You see, the problem is
if you want criminalization, then this is what is going to happen.
No, the problem is.
Then Vohra committee report shows the criminal.
The problem is, Shazia, and I want to go to Gaurav Bhatia. I'm so sorry I haven't come to you for so long. Gaurav, the problem is that politicians have a very high tolerance threshold of their own bad behavior. They genuinely believe today. There is a sense of entitlement that we are politicians, we can behave badly. And if anybody questions us, we will simply say, well, do you know how the law functions? The police reports to us, the bureaucracy reports to us, we are the ministers, we are the MLAs, we are the corporators. Because I don't think, Gaurav, you tell me when you see these pictures here today, I don't think any of those corporators out there, whatever Randeep may say or Sambit may say, they actually believe they'll be punished. I don't think they actually feel that this is a big deal. It's just that a camera was around, Gaurav, that's all. And your party is no better.
Arnab, I saw the pictures and it's a very disturbing trend. And I was hearing Mr. Neeraj talk about, you know, he himself was not doing it, throwing money at the women. But I would say that if Mr. Neeraj or any other person from any party aspires to be a leader and lead the state and the nation, then Mr. Neeraj should have intervened and should have stopped that person from doing it. And now the ball is in the court, court of the party. They need to act against such persons who organize such meetings and functions where women are objectified. And these should be the standards set by all party leaders, not just Congress, BJP or my party. But I think, we need to have high standards and then follow those. For example, I wanted to just also point out that our party leader, Mr. Abu Asim Azmi, wanted to take the oath of the MLA in Hindi. And he was manhandled and hit by a Shiv Sena MLA within the assembly. So such incidents, when you start approving of violence, just show how low we have gone. And we need to
such
now
hypocrisy.
rectify it.
There is so much hypocrisy in what you're saying, Gaurav. Don't mind my saying it. But what you're saying is so hypocritical.
You can say, I wanted to complete myself.
No, it's so hypocritical what you're saying.
Very recently...
No, it's so hypocritical. What you just said about the assembly in you spoke about assembly in Maharashtra, right? It's so hypocritical.
Yes.
You're being so completely hypocritical.
Why do you say that? Tell me.
Well, because you behave in the same way. Your people behave in the same way. This is India's political culture.
In another example,
and I'm opening up the phone like this is India's political culture. I'll give you an example. Shazia, I'm coming to you. Let me give an example. September 6th.
I am giving you an example.
September 6, 2012.
Abu Azmi.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I complete myself?
Abu Azmi recently
can I complete myself?
No,
Shazia wants to contradict you. Shazia wants to contradict you. I want to rebut you.
Can I?
She's interjecting and I'm coming back to you.
But after giving me a chance to speak.
No, one sec. She's saying something about Abu Azmi.
Let me just complete myself, Arnab.
Okay, complete your point. Okay, complete your point. Complete your point. But you're being hypocritical.
I want to ask you.
I was not trying to target any party, but I was just trying to say that if any person, if he is a public person, then he has to be punished. One of the panelists rightly said that the person should be arrested. Second step should be he should be suspended from the party and later.
Wonderful. I have a counter question for you.
Of the legislative.
I have a counter question for you.
Yes.
Very good.
In our case, Samajwadi Party did suspend.
Excellent. Let me ask you a counter question.
When an MLA was found to be in a dance bar, our party was quick enough to act against that MLA.
Oh, yes, you preempted that, is it? You're being very polite. I think there were charges of, there were stronger charges of morality that were put against your MLA. But no, I'll tell you why you're hypocritical. You said, tell me why you're hypocritical. You gave a whole long list of how people should behave in assemblies. Have you forgotten that your party MP, Naresh Agarwal, who by the way has also... 1 minute, let me complete. You know what I'm going to say? You don't know what I'm going to say. Your party MP Naresh Agarwal, who 10 or 12, 14 days back was captured in a sting operation on our channel, saying all kinds of things about how your party will deal with and fix Durga Shakti, is also the same man who came to blows with the BSP MP in the Rajya Sabha. One in the Rajya Sabha over the promotion quota bill. You were exchanging blows.
Yes.
This man was exchanging blows in the Rajya Sabha and you are giving me a lecture tonight on how people should behave? What is your moral authority to give me a lecture tonight on the same subject?
I am give you a lecture. Arnab, I'll not give you a lecture. I am just sharing the ideology that we believe in, and if there are
I
would be the last one to
July 27, look at the pictures on the screen now. I don't know, Gaurav, if there's a TV next to you. July 27, 2013, Gaurav, look at the TV if you have one next to you. You remember this, SP and BJP workers fighting during a case of the filing of nomination papers. How many people did you sack? How many people did you sack, you tell me today? Because you know, we've had it. How many?
My party has sacked many.
Really? Many? How many?
On the grounds of
really, I don't believe you.
And taking
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. How many did you sack on this case?
Three MLAs were suspended.
Mr. Bhatia,
three MLAs were suspended just a week back.
Okay, now, no. I don't. Shazia has a counter question for you. Shazia.
This is just 4 facts and 4 questions. My first question is to the Samajwadi Party representative here, Mr. Bhatia. What do you have to say about Abu Azmi, who said women are as precious as gold? If you expose them, they'll be looted. That they're vulnerable, they're weak, they should not venture out in the night. And if they do, they should do so only with the family. What action did you take against Abu Azmi? I would like to ask Mr. Surjewala, what action did you take against the Haryana government's Congress member, a committee, Dharamveer Goyat, his name is, who said rapes are consensual. Imagine what a shocker. This is at the time when the rape cases were highest in Haryana just 2 months back. I would like to ask the BJP representative that within hours of the minor in the case of Asaram's, this whole story, this whole drama that has ensued after the minor reported sexual assault against her by Asaram, why was the clean chit being offered by senior members of the BJP? And at least said about Mr. Neeraj, the Congress representative here, the better.
No,
I mean, it's a shocker. And I mean, just rhetoric, they will not help. Please do a check.
2 hands going up. No, Shazia, Randeep wants to respond first. Randeep wants to respond first. I think Sambit is playing safe on Asaram because he realized his position that he took last week was completely unjustified. 1 second. Randeep wanted to respond. Let him go first. Randeep. Yes, Randeep Surjewala to Shazia Elmi. Go ahead. Randeep.
Anab, just while we are here discussing the larger pitfalls of politicians falling out of their basic minimal standards of conduct in democracy, we must not forget one thing, that political people as a class, including my friend Shazia here or my other friends from other parties, they are always in public scrutiny. They are accountable to people, they are accountable to election commission, they are accountable to their constituency and parliament per se, they are accountable to media, and those who fall out of grace, those who fall out of line, those who act per se as per conduct, some of which were mentioned here, the parties need to collectively get their act together and take action. In case of Congress, a particular gentleman was mentioned by my friend.
Let's be specific. Let's be specific. No, Randeep, let's be specific. Congress workers in Haryana have been blamed by the BJP in this case. They allege that when the senior deputy mayor, and I'm telling you the incident that has happened from the BJP, sat next to the Yamunanagar mayor, the Congress objected to it, leading to a brawl. It is also alleged that the BJP members were outnumbered. Let's run those pictures, please, on the screen. They were outnumbered and they were attacked by the Congress workers for quite some time. The police had to be called in to intervene. And Randeep, the fact of the matter is this: you are one of the most senior ministers in the Haryana government. You know why they are doing this, Randeep? Because there is a feeling among these corporators, to Sarkar hamari hai. Sarkar to hamari hai. No, there has to be that feeling, because no, I'm asking you and you're telling me who doesn't take the law into their own hands. Have you forgotten Gopal Kanda security guards who beat up, whose bodyguards assaulted Atul Vasan? Which Haryana politicians assaulted Atul Vasan on the 22nd of July 2011? Please tell me. You know, this is your cult. This is the political culture.
Firstly, let me tell you one thing. We are very, very clear. We have taken action both on the complaints of the BJP as also on the complaints of the
What's a YP saying?
This is not a worker meeting happening. This is a corporation. Just 1 second, Arnab. You have to know your facts.
No, that's a legal consequence.
We have to know your facts. They will both face legal consequences.
No, you are not absolutely what you are talking. Tomorrow there is a crime which happens on the road, and you will say there is action. we are taking action, but no arrest.
Has happened. In one day, you can't convict people in this fashion whether they belong to
we are not talking of conviction.
How many arrests? How many arrests?
Or any other party.
Why?
And
normally the cops in certain circumstances, in these circumstances, straight away pick people and put them in the lockup.
FIR has been registered.
What is FIR? Why not lockup?
Necessary would be put.
Why are they not spending the night in the lockup tonight?
The lady mayor, 52-year-old.
It doesn't matter. Asaram is 75 years old. He was in the lockup.
Can I come in? BJP.
No. Sambit is coming in. Sambit, yes, Sambit. Sambit, one second.
It's a joke.
No, I'm putting a question tonight for the viewers of the Newshour before you come in, Sambit. My question to the viewers of Newshour is very simply this. No, one second. Ravi Kumar is coming in from Delhi. Sambit, I'm letting you rebut. Ravi Kumar, I'm coming to you, but I want to put a question to the viewers tonight. Dear viewers of the Newshour, my question to you is this. Why are we picking up this case study? Because we believe that the kind of pictures that you've seen on your screen should not happen. My question to you is, do you think it would have been better if the Haryana government, including the esteemed senior minister who's on the program today, would have instead said immediately within hours, I'm going to put all these people in lockup, irrespective of which political party they are from, because they have shamed not just our political parties, they have shamed the entire country. This Kissa Kursi ka which has gone on, which essentially is over who sits over a mayor's chair, is so trivial, so small, so narrow-minded, so selfish a pursuit of politics that it has embarrassed all of us. And dear viewers, my question to you is, do you want to see these people in lockup? Do you just want to see them in lockup and face the law instead of anyone batting on their behalf? Okay, Sambit, your turn to rebut. After that, my first caller. Sambit.
No, Arnab, the important point that I would like to bring over here is time and again Mr. Surjewala is trying to defend the mayor, saying that she is the first representative of the state, she is the first lady, and that's the reason as to why whatever has happened is justified. My question to Mr. Surjewala is, she is just the first lady, that is all. It is not that she has been mishandled. If a lady has been mishandled in this whole episode, it is the BJP councillor who has been mishandled by the outnumbered congressmen. And I believe the kursi that Arnab is talking about is not all that important in democracy. The dignity of women is very important, and I fail to see any reason as to why the dignity of a BJP councillor should be any less than that of a mayor.
I'm seeing this today. No, I'm seeing this today. Look, I just want to stay with a still picture out there, and I'm asking you, you're seeing that woman being beaten up by men. You are just seeing that. I want to ask the Congress leader today, how can he say that this is not something for which these people need to be arrested? And today, if the way that those people are beating up that woman, irrespective of which political party she's from, I'm so sorry, Sir Randeep. I am so sorry, Randeep. I just cannot agree with you. This is just not done.
I stand for the lady, whether belongs to BJP or whether belongs
then arrest
to
them.
Congress.
These cowards, these rogues, these lumpens, these hooligans, these
Randeep, these political parties.
Randeep,
kindly I would request you do not put words in my mouth.
Randeep, these hooligans.
We're going to put everybody
but Randeep Surjewala, so I don't doubt your intentions. I don't doubt your intentions. No, I don't doubt your intentions. But Randeep, let me tell you, Randeep, see, it's not between you and me. The reason I'm asking you the question, Randeep, please understand. Randeep, I am not here. Randeep, understand this. Randeep Surjewala, understand.
We are not going to spare them. We are going to put them behind bars.
Randeep, understand this.
Our friends in the BJP
Randeep, understand. Randeep, understand this. Please understand this. Just for a minute, think about this. You know, I have been asked this question all of last week. Do you have an interest in going after Asaram? Of course not. But you know, it hurts us. It must be hurting you. It must be hurting all our viewers. That in our country, when a teenage girl is sexually assaulted, then no political party stands up for her. Similarly, I can assure you, Randeep, all our viewers today, irrespective Congress, BJP, SP, left, whoever they back are feeling hurt, that this is what Indian politicians have come down to. This is what Indian democracy has come down to. And you can't tell us we filed an FIR. It's not good enough. They have shamed the whole country. I honestly think they should be arrested by tonight, but it's your choice. If you choose not to do that, it's also your choice. First caller.
Under law 157, the arrest has to be instant.
Well, under the law, Asaram should also have been arrested on day one.
Exactly, and they have faltered. 10 days time they gave to manipulate evidence.
And exactly, and they had to take it all back later, and they had to be embarrassed for it. And my first caller today...
and BJP governments of Rajasthan and MP are responsible for this.
My first caller today is... Ravi Kumar from Delhi. Ravi Kumar, good evening. Welcome to the News Hour. What would you like to say and to whom? Ravi.
Very good evening, Arnavji. This is Ravi Kumar from New Delhi. And I have been watching your program last 3-4 years. Very good work done by you, and thank you for you to bring such story in front of all. And thanks for asking such a hard question from them. And one thing is clear, all party are hands up globes in each. सारी पार्टियां मिली हुई हैं, सब कुछ नहीं कर सकती देश का भला. Now we only hope with Arvind Kejriwal, he is fighting for us. So I urge one question from you, please bring Sheila Dixit, Vijay Goyal or Arvind Kejriwal in front of all, so that people can understand what is their point of view in future.
Good idea.
I hope so. I hope so. You want a public debate? You want a public debate? I welcome a public debate. Why just in Delhi? Yes. I welcome today. Why can't we have a national public debate? Why does that not happen? Bring the top leaders and make them debate. Make them answerable, just like many of our panelists tonight are feeling answerable. Neeraj Kumar Jha ji, देखिए प्रायश्चित कर लीजिए, आत्मचिंतन कीजिए, अपने आप को जस्टिफाई मत कीजिए. मैं आपको ये जस्टिफिकेशन वर्दी है नहीं है. आपने जो किया वो बहुत बुरा किया और उससे ज्यादा मैं कुछ नहीं कह सकता. Our second caller today, one sec, second caller on the show is Kailash, who's calling in from Bangalore. Yes, Kailash.
Hello.
Yes, Kailash. Good evening. Arnab here.
Mr. Arnab, I really want to congratulate because you are taking up really good issues every day. But it is really shameful that all these issues are never ending. Every day you will come up with different issues. There are so many issues to fight for our country. Every day, like some rape, some fighting, all shameful issues will come across the politicians.
Well,
these are all of same. Like if you just check up within few days, BJP will fight with someone, SP will fight with someone. They just talk like they always talk about different parties.
Well, I agree with you, Kailash, but you know, the worst thing would be to put a lid over them, wouldn't it, Rahul? The worst thing, Rahul, would be to put a lid over all of this. If we put
reach a consequence, Asaram, Adarsh, defense deals, so many of them do reach a consequence.
Absolutely, they do. 1 minute, Neeraj ji, 1 minute, 1 minute. Rahul, yes.
Arnab, the real issue is, what is politics for our politicians? Is it a means to serve the people and the community at large? Or has it become a deep-rooted, full with conspiracy and a huge vocation and a profession which is self-serving? And I'm really, really disappointed to say that the latter seems to be the case for majority of our politicians, and which is why a party like Aam Aadmi Party is trying to change the polity and the politics. And I hope
let's not make this.
The larger point, Arnab, is as to why, if the political parties are unable, if the political parties across the spectrum are shielding the corrupt, are shielding the people who are hooligans, are shielding 1/3 of our parliament today is of people who have committed heinous offences. This is nothing. This one act of hooliganism is nothing. There are rapists, there are murderers, there are people with heinous crimes who are sitting in our parliament today. What have these political parties cutting across party lines?
No, you know what the
BJP,
political parties
Congress,
do.
Samajwadi, Bahujan Samaj, what have they done?
No,
have they taken any action against any of these criminals who are sitting and in fact legislating on our behalf? If they can't act there, how do you expect these same people
Rahul, we are getting a counter view from Gaurav Bhatia. I'll tell you what political parties do. I'll tell you what political parties do. Political parties join hands not to do anything against the people who insult the national flag.
Arnab, neither fair to himself,
I would like to respond to Mr. Rahul.
To the entire country.
Randeep, do you think it's fair for the entire country? No, watch it. Before you come in, Randeep, you tell me, do you feel it is fair for the entire country, Randeep, to see the Congress and the BJP do nothing over people who came to blows over who's going to fly the national flag on Independence Day? Do you think that's fair? Do you think it is fair, Randeep? I'm asking you and Sambit Patra. No. I expected that when we showed those pictures, I thought your top party leadership, Sonia Gandhi and Rajnath Singh, would sack these two people. No, 1 minute. no action was taken against them. You feel this is all right. You know what?
Arnab, I only want to say
do you think?
And we have to.
No, Randeep, why are you not giving me specific replies? Why did your party not take any action?
Treating people as vote banks is fair.
No, with due respect, Arnab, I'm not disputing those who are guilty. Action should be taken.
Really?
But Arnab, to say that the entire Indian democracy has eroded.
No, you are trying to. No, Randeep, with equal respect to you. No, Randeep.
Don't give this
Randeep, 1 second.
Give us another one.
Belonging to certain political parties. The entire edifice of this country, Arnab, is based on the basic fundamentals of democracy, whether it is parliament, whether it is legislatures.
Yes, I know.
No,
1 second.
Which mean nothing.
You have a role as in the media. Others have a role. People lose elections.
Arnab, I just want to come in over here.
Debates.
Nothing.
But to paint the entire democracy with one brush, my dear friend, you know it better than anything else.
Democracy?
You
are the one who is
doing the entire
democracy. You are the one who
don't know
anything.
Unfair.
1 second. You know what? I'll tell you. I was under. You are. 1 second. On your basic premise, Rahul, Randeep, 1 minute. Randeep, you say the basic premise of India is based on a democracy. I can assure you, none of us out here, including any of our viewers, are under any illusion that India is a dictatorship. I am under no such illusion. You are stating the obvious. I am asking you and everyone today. Here is the Congress and the BJP who are trying their best to poach this hoodlum called Vittalbhai Radadia. This man who is nothing but a hoodlum. He brandishes a gun at a toll attendant in October 2012. At that point of time, BJP criticizes him, Congress defends him. Later he joins the BJP defends him, Congress criticizes him. What other example do I need to give all of you? Sambit? No, Sambit, you are in the business of poaching hoodlums. For you, Sambit, the blind pursuit of power is so important that public behavior, decency, good conduct, to abide by the law, unimportant, Sambit. You need any better example than what you did with this person, Vittal Radadia. Defend that. Defend the case if you can.
Look, Arnab,
defend it.
In a democracy, yes, I'm answering that. In a democracy, instead of development, when the alluring agent becomes money and vulgarity, then I would say you are absolutely right that the Indian politics is moving towards an abysmal low. But yes, there are sometimes compulsions of politics which should not be justified at all.
There you are.
I may remind you.
Compulsions of politics. Compulsion to promote hoodlums. Compulsion to promote hoodlums. Compulsion to poach hoodlums. Compulsion not to act against people who abuse the national flag.
No, not at all.
Compulsion to allow a free for all.
Compulsion to allow political. First government just for a single vote, which shows that we have never bent as far as truth is compromised. We have never compromised on truth. Our government fell just for a single vote. We always stand by truth. We have always moved ahead with development.
No, you're again, the fact of the matter is,
these are generalizations.
None of you have an answer to my basic questions. No, what more do we need? In Uttarakhand, the other set of pictures we ran today, where Congress and TDP... Congress and... I'll just play those pictures and you respond. Congress and TDP leaders physically fighting, coming to blows over who is going to take the survivors with them on a plane. You see, this has now become a pattern, and Shazia, we are fed up. We are genuinely fed up, and we don't take what Randeep Surjewala is saying at face value.
We are fed
that
up.
We'll do an FIR, we'll look into it, etc., etc. Because the same answer we heard last Monday in the case of Asaram, and you know what they did the whole week. Yes, Shazia.
You know, when we'll start believing them, when there'll be some credibility to their lofty words, all these advocates of democracy who want to uphold constitutional values, I would want to ask them what prevents them from having legislative reforms ensuring that the Supreme Court ruling which says debar all criminals or anybody who's been charge sheeted against from contesting elections, or not just the MP and MLA, but also corporator, also Sarpanch. And why can't the track record of candidates vis-a-vis women, vis-a-vis the conduct and behavior towards women also be a criteria? Why didn't Rahul Gandhi in his 5-page application mention, I would like to know how these men feel about women? What are the views on women? What kind of values do they uphold about society, about the male-female dynamics?
I think let them answer this question. Things going on off record. In fact, it's always said in bureaucracy and in the government that behind every big politician, there is some woman who's there, some girlfriend who's there, and most of the power brokers try to manage things through such a wide media. Perhaps those things which are off record.
My last caller, and out of genuine concern, I would have liked to take more calls, but I can't. I need to move on to the next subject. My last caller is Mr. Oja, and Mr. Oja is calling in from Bhatinda. Yes, Mr. Oja.
Thanks, Arnab. I was just waiting for 10 long minutes, just hearing all those hordes and calls by the Congress and BJP and that AAP members. I would just like to thank this Randeep, after long defending Robert Vadra. He is now here to defend some hooligans. I just like to ask one question to him, that if that woman would be his sister or his wife, would he be saying that please take the law at its own course, we will put a committee, we'll put an FIR, we'll put the matter is in the court and all kind of things? If that woman would be his sister or his wife, would those dialogues be same as what he is telling now? And one more question is to that your BJP member who is sitting there. One last question. Please, for goddess's sake, do not defend this Asharam publicly now in the debate. You've been nationally ashamed by all the people and all your BJP supporters as well.
Siddharth, straightforward question. I'll let Randeep take that before I wrap up. Randeep.
To Mr. Oja, since he said specifically something. With due regards, Mr. Oja, I've already said that the lady mayor and the lady corporator, on both complaints of both of them, we have lodged a first information report. Mr. Oja, to you as also to every enlightened citizen of this country, I can assure on behalf of Government of Haryana, we are proceeding with action. In one day, Mr. Oja, please understand, there can be no street justice and you can't convict people in one day.
So
we are going to proceed against both of them.
I want to answer something.
In BJP to proceed, and we will proceed against...
Yeah, Gaurav, last word to Gaurav.
Who's found
last word to Gaurav.
Arnab, it's fine. Yeah, I have only one question to ask from Mr. Surjanwala, that what was done against Mr. Shri Prakash Jaiswal when he made a sexist comment saying that jaise patni purani
nothing
maza kam hota jata
hai. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Prime Minister has still kept him in his cabinet. He is still the Honourable Coal Minister in Dr. Manmohan Singh's cabinet.
I want to tell Gaurav, the Samajwadi Party's track record is so bad in UP. Let's set the battle.
The coal files have gone missing.
Rajaram Pandey was sacked from the cabinet.
The coal files have gone missing. And there's a big inquiry
district magistrate.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Pandey, cabinet minister, was
we can keep blaming each other. The fact is, all parties have a pathetic record. No, there's nothing to say, Sambit. Last week you were defending Asaram on Monday. I don't want to remind you of that. You know what happened.
I was not defending Asaram.
No. One thing which they say. One thing. It's only in I'd like to say it's only in college debates that we say that it's a good thing to defend the indefensible.
I am not the spokesperson of Asaram, and even today I am not going to speak about any fraud man or any god man for that matter of purpose. I as a person was not defending him. Well, let this thing be very clear on air.
Last week you were, but that's all right. My question is,
I was not.
I'll give the Congress. I'll give Mr. Surjewala benefit of doubt. He says I can't act in one day. Mr. Surjewala, we give you 2 days, and we have the pictures, and we have the faces of all these hoodlums, and we will see tomorrow with pictures, and we identify each of the hoodlums, and we'll see what action you took against them. If by tomorrow you don't act, then we'll tell the people of this country that in 2 days you could not act.
Arnab, and say that we are proceeding with action. I spoke to my superintendent of police today itself.
Yeah, good.
And he has told me that he's identified the culprits, and we will be conducting the necessary arrests, etc. And on behalf of both the parties.
So we'll await the arrests. We'll await the arrest. We'll see what happens. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on that debate. Debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.